So this is Sabella, and I'm back. And I know there's been a long pause between my last video, but I thought I would try something different upon coming back. Mostly because I like to draw too, so I thought I'll draw and do art things. One of the things I've always wanted to do is called Art Fight. Basically, that is like this cool challenge thing that they do every July. I'll probably like put a little link in the description about that. If you're interested, I think you should totally join me. It'll be really fun. We can draw each other's characters and call it a war.
War never changes.
I will destroy you. You will die. It will be a bloodfest for all ages. I hope you'll be there. Anyway, moving on. To make this so I can actually do it, I have to make some characters. Some OCs, if you will. And so I'm gonna just go ahead and do some OC challenges that I found online. Just random ones. Whatever I can get my hands on. And then from there, I'll make enough OCs that I can have a good start for Art Fight, that people can draw these characters and they can attack me. And we're gonna just see how it goes. First one that I found is for making a space OC. This was from a user called, let's see, Dovesley.png. I'll make sure to link out who that is as well, and where to find the challenge on Instagram, so that way if you want to do this too, you can. So to make this go in short, it could be any gender you wanted. I just decided to go with whatever I felt like by the end. A skin tone was cool if you prefer moons, planets, and warm if you prefer stars. I'm a space witch. I like them all, so I just went with why not both?
Both is good.
I kind of looked into how you could have like two skin tones, and I learned about this cool thing that people can have, vitiligo? I don't know how to say that.
Vitiligo.
So I gave her like a warm and cool skin tone by doing that. And then eyes were the same color if you prefer day, and different colors if you prefer night. Now what made this fun is in the end, I made her eyes actually closed, so you can't see them. I messed up, but she does have two different colored eyes because I prefer the night. So extra lore, if you're only looking at the character picture and you're drawing from that, you might not know what her eye color is or will be. I'll probably have to put a little splurge about that when I post her for Art Fight. Yay, more work! Anyway, hair, it's curly if your birthday's on an odd day, straight on an even. My birthday is the 18th of July, so maybe you can attack me for my birthday on Art Fight. When that happens, I can have all these attacks on my birthday, and I'll go, oh gosh, you've murdered me, you've killed me, I can't take anymore, I will be gone forever. And you will have taken a VTuber out of the world, which, I mean, honestly, good for you. You did it. You won. Next up is hair color, which is just your favorite color. My favorite color is purple. I'm sure you'd never guess that I like a lot of cool colors from looking at my outfit, but I do. Then we have add planetary rings if you have a pet, and stars if you don't. I have two boys, my kitties. They are named Donut, Pancake, so I get planetary rings. And then glowing symbols to arms if you have siblings, ombre arms if you don't. I have lots of siblings, so I get glowing symbols on my arms, on my character. And then we get to have Makeup or face paint if you like sweets, and star freckles if you don't. I love sweets, so we get that, the makeup and face paint. Next up was antenna if you don't wear glasses, and horns if you do. I don't wear glasses, so antenna it is. And then ears, they are pointy if you have long hair, and droopy if you have short hair. Typically, I like my hair shorter, but it's all tied up to make it look shorter, so it's actually really long. Look at all this hair. Take it out of the buns and oh my gosh, it's a chaotic mess. And so either way, pointy ears it is. And that is the challenge in a very, very long format. I have spent too long talking about all these decisions, but guess what? Some of these challenges are longer than that, so we're in for a ride. Next up is creating the character. So for me, I have like a really weird process. Basically, I made little notes all about what it is that I was needing on this character. So basically all the stuff that we talked about, all my decisions and things that I wanted to put on this character, you know, the things like pointy ears, the purple hair, the long hair, the all sorts of things. And I just do a rough sketch of the character, stuff to kind of figure out how I'm going to make it look. None of this goes into pose or anything, but it's mostly just me kind of figuring out a rough idea of what the character's gonna be looking like. By the end of it, I realized that I had a character that had 4 arms, and I mean, that's cool. Not anything to do with the challenge, but you know, I add 2 more arms, means maybe I hate myself, I don't know. Maybe don't add multiple arms on a character if you're not good at drawing hands. Cool thing to know, keep in mind. Or maybe if you're not good at drawing hands, draw tons of arms because you want to get better at hands. You know, there's a fine silver lining there. You know, really walk that balance. See what you can do with your hands. Can you draw hands? After that, I looked up some references. The cool thing about having so many arms is that you can look up multiple people and get different arms doing different things, so you can kind of form them into one human body or alien body. I mean, she becomes an alien in the end, so she's an alien. Through drawing her, just kind of sketched out the pose that I had referenced to, gave a little bit of a singer vibe to her. She's like holding a microphone, and she became like a pop star along the way. Maybe I've been watching too much like K-pop Demon Hunters or something, because like I feel like she could be with them, but not in the same way. She's not like a demon, so they're not trying to kill her. I guess it's like if they had like an alien just come down, she would be there. And it would be like a really fun show. They could hang out and drink like boba tea and stuff. I feel like it would happen. I'm rambling. Anyway, I add in lighting and stuff really quickly because I want to get better at backgrounds. I don't usually do a lot of them because a lot of the time I end up just liking a character design so much that I just draw the character and then I realize I can't really render in a background the way it is. So I need to start putting that in quicker and getting in the habit of doing that. So that's going to be probably something I'm working on with each of these, hopefully, if I remember. My memory's not the best, as we know from watching any of my gameplay on this channel. I will think I've completed a puzzle and then I haven't. Anyway, so I went ahead and decided I was just going to kind of do a little bit of a painterly style on this as well. I wanted it to kind of have like a fun look to it. I was trying out a lot of different brushes and stuff on Clip Studio with this, getting more into the habit of using my tablet that I have. I got this like magic drawing pad from X-Pen, which is pretty cool. Only thing I don't like about it though is that like it stopped getting like updates from Clip Studio. So like I'm working on an older version of the program. We just had the new update come out for Clip Studio. I'd love to be able to use it, but I can't on this tablet, so it's a little annoying. X-Pen, what were you thinking? Really, you should fix that, bud. I really like your tablet, but it would be nice if I could use the new program. Especially because it's a newer tablet too, like what the heck? You're also like still selling it as part of your line, buds, come on. Moving on, I worked on rendering in a lot though, making it kind of painterly, trying to get some lighting to work on and, like the spotlight kind of shining on her. I did notice at one point that I wasn't really shading the front as much and kind of just really sculpting a lot of just the body of the character. So I will come back a little later in the video and probably fix all of that up at some point later on in this video. We'll get there when we get there. But yes, I wanted it to kind of be like this nice warmer kind of orangey brown tone with the blue vitiligo. See, I'm learning as I draw. And she's just singing away. She's got her long hair. I really wanted the hair to kind of be part of the silhouette that kind of breaks things a little bit. So she's like playing with her hair. She's swishing it around with her many arms. And yeah, I thought it was really cool how I had the green fingernail polish going on. The nail polish on her hands kind of pops. And I liked it on the blue. I thought it'd be cool to kind of repeat that on her outfit. It looks kind of space pop star to me. Am I good at knowing what a space pop star looks like? Not exactly. Never actually met one. There's not a lot of space pop stars in the world yet. I feel like it would be cool if there were more space pop stars, because I mean, like, what would they sing? Can you imagine? I feel like it'd be techno kind of stuff in the background, maybe a lot of synth. That'd be kind of cool. Anyone who can make music should do that. I think that'd be cool. I am not good at music. I can play music, but I can't make my own. So somebody should get on that. Next up with this character, though, I started really rendering things out. This video is a sped up version, of course, of what I was doing. You'll see probably a lot of quick movements where I'm just really thinking things out and trying to make it look good to me. Like I said, this is a different kind of style than normal. It's something I kind of want to grow into, maybe. I think with a lot of making these characters, I'm gonna be trying out different things. Watch by the end, I have like characters in several different styles, and everyone's gonna look at it and go, "What the heck were you on?" And I'm gonna be like, I don't know what I'm on anytime. But it's an attempt at something, and having something at the end of the day, I think, is better than having nothing and what ifs. So we just go from there. The top of her head has these like antennas that do this like curly thing. I kept thinking this like one character from like Backyardigans. I think she was like an ant or something. It was weird because like all the other animals in that show like were actual animals. Like you could look at them and be like, that's a moose, that's a penguin. But then this like pink thing would come in and I was like, what the hell is that animal? But she had like these antennae like this. So thanks to the Backyardigans on like Nick Jr. for providing my character with great inspiration for antenna. I don't know what you are. I have no clue what you could be. I'm hoping maybe an ant, but I do not know. But you know what? Inspiration for anyone could be out there, and I think you should always keep your eyes open for that. One of my favorite things to do for coloring is messing with gradient masks. So I decided to do so on her clothes. I wanted it to kind of look like a holographic kind of design. Like the shiny, reflective, like kind of material. So I added in lots of pinks and yellows, and then I used different gradient masks to kind of give that look. And then I just kind of did some more shading, adding some more yellows to kind of give the look of the light coming down and being really, really bright. I feel like a lot of stage lighting does this because the high contrast makes that singer really pop. And of course, they're kind of like noticed in a darker setting, especially when your concerts take place maybe at night. I wanted to kind of add some more light to her skin as well, because I just feel like a lot of singers kind of have this sheen on them because they're it's hot under all that lighting. So I attempted to do so, but I didn't want it to look kind of like overly done either. That can sometimes be a little weird. So I tried to stay at a happy medium. At the end, I added back on her glowing symbols. They got kind of painted over in the process of rendering her out. And then I kind of, messed around more with the background. Like I said, I'm not great with backgrounds. I kind of keep forgetting to work on them in the back as I'm doing the character and getting all that done. So in the end, I just kind of went with, add some what looks like maybe audiences holding some nice little light glow stick things, just like you do for idols at concerts and whatnot. I decided she was the green kind of color coded idol. person. They always have their own color, you know. So I went with green, and I thought it made a nice little pop in the background. And yeah, she became who she is. So that being said, I guess the next best thing to go over is, do you like this type of video from me? I'm glad you sat through the whole thing. I'm hoping you did. If you're here right now, you made it. You made it to the end, and thank you. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for listening to me ramble and go on and on about random stuff that I think is imperative to my video and my process of drawing. I do not have a name for this character yet. If you thought of something, you're welcome to leave that in the comments for me to look at. Maybe if I get enough different names, we can maybe poll it or something. It would be kind of cool. Nice little democracy on what her name shall be. You can certainly reach out to me on Blue Sky or Twitter, even on Instagram. You can share challenges like these maybe before Art Fight. I can take a look at them. If I do, I will always make sure to share who maybe made the challenge and who shared it with me if you didn't make it yourself as well. I like to give credit like that where it's due. So, yeah. Hopefully you can find me. We can do some more drawing together. I would love to see some more of maybe people doing these challenges too with me. It'd be kind of fun. Like I said though, you can see me on Twitter. I'm at Sibella Nova, because they won't let me put my full last name in there. What the hell, Elon? You can also see me on Blue Sky at Sibella-Nova Forge. And then Instagram, I'm at Sibella Nova Forge. I have a lovely name. Why won't Twitter let me use the whole thing? I don't know. And if you liked this video, like it or subscribe. It really helps me out because I'm just starting. I don't really know what I'm doing. And, it would be great if you could show me that I'm maybe doing something worthwhile by showing the like button or subscribe button some attention. You can also hit that bell thing. And it'll tell you when more of my videos come out. So if I make more of these and you want to see me flounder around while I draw something else, you can do that too. But yes, that's my video about making my space alien character. I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!